What's up, fitness enthusiasts? If you've been hitting the gym for months or even years, but your chest still looks flat and your back resembles a pancake, this video is about to change everything. Today, I'm breaking down the most effective science-based workout that will finally give you that thick, powerful upper body you've been chasing. We're talking about research-backed exercise selection, optimal rep ranges, and advanced techniques that most people completely ignore. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. How many times have you walked into the gym, done some random bench press, and a few pull-ups, then wondered why you're not seeing results? The truth is most people are training completely backwards. They're missing the key principles that separate those who build impressive muscle from those who spin their wheels for years. Here's what we're covering today. First, I'll reveal the single most effective exercise for chest development that research shows correlates perfectly with muscle growth. Then we'll explore an advanced back training technique that forces new growth even when regular pull-ups stop working. We'll also discuss why your current approach to progressive overload might be sabotaging your gains, and I'll share a game-changing method for addressing muscle imbalances that most people never even realize they have. Let's start with the foundation of any serious chest building program. The barbell bench press remains the undisputed king of upper body mass builders. Long-term research studies demonstrate that strength training programs centered around the bench press alone can produce remarkable chest hypertrophy. One particularly compelling study tracked participants for 24 weeks and found that increases in bench press strength correlated perfectly with increases in chest muscle thickness. But here's where most people go wrong. They treat every rep the same, grinding through each one at a snail's pace. Recent research reveals that explosive lifting speed can double your strength gains compared to slower tempos, even when training volume and intensity remain constant. The key is driving the bar off your chest with maximum explosive power while maintaining control on the descent. Here's how to execute this properly. Lower the bar to your chest with control, pause briefly for about half a second, then explode upward as if you're attempting a 1-rep maximum. Think about pushing the floor away from you simultaneously. This technique maximizes the weight you can handle while ensuring full range of motion and proper positioning. For optimal chest development, we're implementing a progression scheme that starts with 3 sets of 6 reps in week 1, adding 1 rep each week until reaching 8 reps in week 3, then returning to 6 reps in week 4 with increased weight. This approach provides the perfect balance of strength and hypertrophy adaptations. Now let's address your back training, because this is where most people's programs fall apart completely. Standard pull-ups are excellent, but once you can perform multiple sets easily, you need advanced techniques to continue forcing adaptation. That's where weighted wide grip pull-ups with force negatives become absolutely crucial. Here's the protocol that will transform your back development. Perform 8 regular pull-ups with full range of motion, ensuring your chin clears the bar on every rep. After completing the 8th rep, use a box to jump above the bar, then lower yourself as slowly as possible for 2 additional negative repetitions. If you can't complete 8 bodyweight pull-ups yet, use an assisted machine for the regular reps, then perform the negatives without assistance. The science behind this technique is fascinating. Because muscles aren't fully fatigued during normal concentric training, heavy negatives can elicit greater motor unit fatigue, providing an additional hypertrophic stimulus that regular training can't match. Focus on feeling a strong stretch and maintaining mind-muscle connection with your lats throughout every eccentric contraction. Here's an exercise that most bodybuilders completely overlook, but powerlifters have used for decades to build incredible pressing strength. The barbell floor press is one of the most underrated movements for upper body hypertrophy. While powerlifters use it to develop lockout strength, bodybuilders can benefit tremendously because it hammers the triceps in ways that most pressing movements simply cannot. Think of the floor press as a close grip bench press where your elbows are naturally tucked against your sides. You can maintain a standard grip width of approximately 1.5 times shoulder width. Since this variation eliminates leg drive, you won't move as much weight initially, so start conservative and progressively overload weekly. Perform 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps, focusing on explosive power off the floor. Now let's talk about something that could be sabotaging your entire back development without you even realizing it. Most trainees completely neglect unilateral training, which is precisely why left-to-right strength and size imbalances are so common. By isolating each side individually, starting with your weaker side and matching repetitions with your stronger side, you ensure equal development. The unilateral cable row is perfect for this purpose. Perform 3 sets of 12 reps, treating this as a rhomboid dominant movement by driving your elbows down and back against your sides rather than straight back, which would emphasize traps and rear delts more heavily. For complete shoulder development, the Arnold press provides benefits that standard overhead pressing cannot match. You initiate this movement with horizontal shoulder abduction, immediately involving the rear delts, then transition into a standard dumbbell press pattern. Performing this exercise standing forces you to check your ego due to increased stabilization demands, but the side delts become more active as a result. 2 sets of 12 reps will provide excellent front-to-back shoulder development. Here's an advanced technique that will take your rear delt training to the next level. The reverse pec deck with mechanical drop sets targets these often underdeveloped muscles with surgical precision. For the first 10 repetitions, slouch your upper body forward into full scapular protraction, completely removing the traps from the equation and isolating the rear delts. Without resting or reducing weight, straighten your back and intentionally allow your shoulder blades to protract and retract on every repetition. Squeeze your shoulder blades together forcefully on each rep. This allows the traps to assist the fatigued rear delts, extending the set and cranking out additional effective repetitions. Now let's finish strong with isolation work that will add serious size to your arms. The rope tricep pushdown with 21s is a brutally effective technique that attacks the triceps from every angle. Perform 7 reps in the bottom half of the range, focusing on squeezing the triceps maximally at the bottom of each rep. Then complete 7 reps in the top half, emphasizing the stretch at the top. Finish with 7 full range of motion reps to completely exhaust the muscle. Unlike the compound movements where we avoid failure, isolation exercises like this carry minimal systemic fatigue risk, so push these sets to complete muscular failure for maximum growth stimulus. To cap off this incredible workout, add 2 sets of 15 to 20 constant tension preacher curls. After completing all the heavy compound pulling movements, direct bicep isolation ensures maximum development. Keep your hands and forearms relaxed, thinking only about moving the weight through bicep flexion rather than forearm involvement. Maintain constant tension by never fully resting between repetitions. The volume distribution from this workout provides optimal stimulus for beginners and intermediate trainees when performed as part of a 4-day upper-lower split. Advanced trainees may require additional weekly volume, potentially adding a 3rd upper body session focusing on specific weak points. This science-based approach combines proven exercise selection with advanced training techniques that most people never implement. The explosive bench press technique alone could double your strength gains, while the forced negative pull-ups will break through plateaus that have stalled your back development for months. Remember, consistency trumps perfection every time. Master these techniques gradually, focus on progressive overload, and trust the process. Your chest and back transformation starts with your very next workout. Drop a comment below sharing your biggest takeaway from today's video, and don't forget to subscribe for more evidence-based training content that actually works. I'll see you in the next one, where we'll dive deep into the perfect warm-up routine to maximize your performance and minimize injury risk.